Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Murdoku and today we're going to play the remote village. So this is a hard level and we have a general clue. It says there was exactly one person sitting in a chair. Okay, so it looks like we have one, two, three, four, five chairs. Okay, so starting with Arnold. There was a woman inside a car, exactly one row south of him. Okay. There was a woman inside a car, exactly one row south of him. Okay, so he needs to be at least here or here, right? So if there's a woman here. Okay. So if he's here, there's a woman in this car. If he's here, there's a woman in this car. Okay. Bruce. He was beside a tree. Okay, so he can be here, here, or here. And then we have Connor. He was north of Eton. Okay, we'll go back to Connor later. Delilah. There was no man in her area. Okay, okay. We'll go back to Delilah as well later. Ethan. There was at least one woman in his area. Okay. There was at least one woman in his area. Okay. We'll go back to Ethan later. And then Connor was north of Ethan. Okay. And then we have Fern. She was on a carpet. Okay. So she can be here. Okay. Graham. He was in the fifth column. Okay. Okay, so we can remove Bruce from here and Arnold from here because that column is for Graham. And then we have Heda. She was beside a shrub. Okay, so she can be here or here. Shrub. She can be here or here. Right? Yep. Okay, and then we have the victim. He was alone with the murderer. Okay, so I have not pencil marked anyone in the chair except for Arnold here. Okay, so we're not sure who's the person in the chair as of now. Okay, but anyway, I think we need to find who's in the car, right? There was a woman in the car. So we only have three women in this puzzle. So the first one is Delilah. Okay, so Delilah, there was no man in her area. Okay, so Bruce is in the woods for sure, but we're not sure. Um, as for the others, they can be in the tavern or the general store. Okay, where could Delilah? How about the storage? So the storage is a possible location for Delilah. I'm going to pencil mark that. But she can also be in the general store or the tavern if there's no man in those areas. But for now, we're going to pencil mark the storage. Okay, so Fern was on the carpet. So definitely she's not on the car. And then Heda, she was beside a shrub. Okay, now I'm thinking maybe Heda is the one on the car. Because actually Delilah cannot be in the woods. because Bruce for sure is going to be in the woods and he's a man. So I think Hedda is the woman in the car, specifically here beside the shrub. Okay, I'm going to place her here. I'm going to confirm that. So that means Arnold will occupy this row, right? She because he's exactly one row north of the woman here in the car. Okay. So I'm going to remove Fern from here as well as Graham. Actually, we can cross this out. Okay, so we have five possible locations for Adam. For Arnold. Why am I saying Adam? Okay. Okay, now I'm looking at the first column and it looks like there's only one remaining spot, which is the chair. So someone needs to be on this chair. And there's only one person sitting on the chair. That's the person here. So Arnold cannot be sitting on this chair. So we can cross that out. Yeah, but who could be the person sitting here? Not Arnold, not Bruce. So Connor was north of Ethan. And Ethan, there was at least one woman in his air. So Ethan could be on the same area as Fern or Hida, right? Because there was no man in Delilah's area. And then Fern was on a carpet. Graham was in the fifth column. And then we have the victim. The victim could be sitting here. Yeah, the victim could be sitting on this chair. Okay, and I think we can cross out all the other chairs. Because we know for sure no one's going to be sitting on them. Okay, so now we have two locations left for Bruce. And I think someone needs to be here as well in the rightmost column. So Bruce will be occupying either one of these. But we're not sure yet if Fern or Arnold will be occupying one of these. Okay. Okay, so Ethan, there was at least one woman in his area. It could be the area where Fern and okay, so looking at this area, there's like one, two, three, four rows available. If Fern is here, that means Ethan could be here somewhere. And then Connor was north of Ethan. Okay. What else do we have? Hmm. Yep. Delilah, there was no man in his area. Yeah, I'm leaning more on Delilah being in the storage. Because that's a really safe place for her to be. Yep. What are the other clues that we have? Okay, let's try to do the process of elimination. So, Fern. If Fern is here. Oh, Fern cannot be here. Oh, wait. So, we already know that someone will definitely be in this chair. So, this row is actually cancelled. Yeah. Why have I not clapped that earlier? Okay, so that leaves Bruce this spot, right? Okay, there you go. Okay, and then someone needs to be here on the bottom row. Oh, wait, also, there's only one space left for Fern, which is here. Okay, and if I'm correct that Delilah is here in the storage, yeah, actually, let's look where could Ethan be? So Ethan, there was okay, so we already know that Heda is here and Fern is here. So the possible locations for Ethan are Ethan can be here. If Ethan is here, Connor will be here. Exactly one spot here that's left. But if we put Ethan here, okay, it's gonna remove this spot, which I really think is for Delilah. Actually, let me confirm that. Yeah, let me confirm that. Okay, there you go. Okay, we have two spots left for Graham as well. Okay, so Ethan, going back to Ethan. If we put Ethan here, Ethan can possibly be here. If we put Ethan here, Connor will be here. Wait, no, that can't be. Because there will be no available space left for Arnold. And I cannot put Ethan here because there will be no space above for Connor. And if I put Ethan here, no, Ethan cannot be here, I think, because there's a woman in his area. So he can only be here or here. Okay, so with that said, I think Ethan is here with Fern in the tavern. And then Graham is here. And then Connor is here at the top. And Arnold is here. Okay, so I was correct. The victim, Vaughn, is the one sitting in the chair. Okay. And Vaughn is with Graham. So Graham is our killer. Okay, I think we got it. Let me submit that. Okay, case solved. So that's the remote village. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate your support and leave a comment for your suggestions and tips. I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.